Hello, this is Bwana from Bwana.tv, and I'm going to continue my voice attack tutorial series. This video, we're going to talk about how to trigger a sound to play. This is sort of the backbone for many voice packs that you can purchase on the internet. These voice attack profiles where individuals record pre-recorded responses, and then they include them in the voice attack profile so that when you execute commands, you'll hear all these cool sound effects or cool sound voices with different types of effects going on with them. So going back to the voice attack interface, if you want to be, a little bit, you want to get some more basics on voice attack, go back and watch my previous video, which I showed you how to do a basic trigger and how to create a profile and a little bit of a tour of the UI, not a whole lot. But in this one, we're going to show you how to create sounds and how to trigger sounds to play. Much like in the previous video, what you do is you click on the edit profile button. This will bring up the list of current commands that you have available, and you can then issue a new command by clicking the new command box or the new command button to bring up the add a command box. From here, you can input the trigger command. So for this one, I'm just going to say landing gear down. This is a kind of a common command that I do in Elite Dangerous, and typically I have to depress a key and I have to optionally, or I can play a sound. So let's say my landing gear button is, I don't know, insert, which I think is the default for Elite Dangerous anyway. What I'm going to do, this is my trigger when I say landing gear, and my action is going to be a key press and a sound. So I'm going to kind of combine the two. So first I'm going to do click key press, and I can press a key combo or just press a key, and I'm just going to press insert. And you see that this particular interface changed to the insert button in the UI. It also tells me that I can hold it down for a certain amount of time. So if you need to hold down the button for maybe half a second, you can increase this hold down on the press and release key, section. Now, if you're going to be doing this with a game, this is kind of an important, you should set this to Windows Game DirectX. If this particular command is going to be interacting with a video game or some sort of a game interface, use DirectX. If you're going to be doing anything else, you can just stick with standard. So we're going to click OK. So we've got a new action added here to press the insert key and hold for 0.1 seconds and release. Now I can optionally just add another step here, or I can just put a pause. And sometimes you may have to pause in between different key sequences in voice attack. So putting pauses in is good practice, and then you can tweak it later. So I'm just going to add a pause of 1 second. It's as simple as that. You just click pause and it brings up a window, and then you can change the number of seconds here, and we can do pause for 1 second. Now let's get to the meat of what we want to do. Let's add a sound. And again, sounds can be anything you want. They can be MP3 files. Most recently, Voice Attack now supports FLAC audio, F-L-A-C, which is a very good lossless format. So if you got really high quality audio files, you can use that as well. So audio is under the other section. And again, I'm using the beta copy of Voice Attack. So your UI may look a little bit different. When you go to other, you may see a different window pop up, but ultimately you want to get to the section where it says play a sound. And here I navigate the sounds and then down to play a sound. This is probably what you're going to see eventually. Now we have the option of choosing the sound file. This will give myself audible feedback to play in a sound file. In the last video, I showed you how to do a text-to-speech audible notification, but in this case, we're going to do a sound file. So I'm going to browse to a file here, and we have, this is landing gear down. So we're going to say landing gear deployed as our audio file. And if you want to preview the file, I'm going to turn it down because I don't know how loud it's going to be. You can preview here by clicking this button.
Landing gear deployed.
And when you do that, actually I can turn it up a little bit. It gives you a preview of what the audio is going to sound like when you issue this command.
Landing gear deployed.
You can optionally say wait until the sound completes before continuing command, or this completes all continue playing sounds. These are options. You don't have to worry about these right now. For the purposes of this particular section, this is fine. So now we've, in about 2 minutes, including the explanation, we have created a trigger to say, when I say landing gear down, to press the insert key, hold for 0.1 seconds and release. then pause for 1 second, and then play a sound. Now you're probably thinking, well, what if I want to move things around? What if I want to play the sound first and then press the key? What if I want instant audible recognition or instant audible feedback and then press the key? See this up and down button? That's what it allows you to do. I'm going to click up. It's going to move that particular action up in the list. So I'm going to move my pause here and so on and so forth. So now it's actually going to play the sound first, pause for 1 second, and insert key, hold for 1 second. You can also copy and duplicate things by right-clicking on these particular actions. Copy, and I can paste that here if I want to, and then I can delete. So those are some of the controls you can do here. So we're going to put a category here. I'll call it Elite Dangerous because this is an Elite Dangerous specific action. And description, I'll put command to put landing gear down, which is simple. Bunch of other extra stuff here. We're not going to go into that right now. Click OK. So now we're going to click done, and we now have a new command. Let's go ahead and test it out. Landing gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
As you can see, that was a little bit soft. I have a global sound option in my options here. I have the text-to-speech volume offset to be 40% or 50%. 40% for text-to-speech, and for sound I have 30%. So I can crank this up if I want to like 75. Landing gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
So as you can see, it's a little bit louder. For my other profiles, this 30% though was 20 or 30% is actually legit, especially when I'm streaming. I don't want the sound files to overpower my microphone and so on and so forth. And again, that global audio slider, I believe, is a function of the beta copy of Voice Attack. So if you do want these features that I'm showing you, I highly recommend you download the beta copy of Voice Attack. It's somewhat stable. It's actually a pleasant experience to use. All right, so that concludes this particular segment of the Voice Attack tutorials. You now know how to execute or create a trigger, a voice trigger in this case, and actually play a sound. And this can be used a lot of different ways, and we're going to expand on this in future videos. You can actually create music playlists. You can actually say, play this song, and it'll play a song. You can actually say, you know, play this playlist, and it'll play this playlist. So lots of power in your hands in Voice Attack, and this application, I keep saying it, is really, really awesome, and there's a lot you can do with it. All right, this is Bwana from Bwana.tv. Hope you enjoyed this video, and look for more Voice Attack tutorial videos to come.